What is going on, guys? Sir Lewis here with your Turbo and Toshi update here on the market. We're going to deep dive here into the charts, and I'm going to give you my technical analysis and my update on both of these meme coins, which we can make life-changing money, right? If these coins do well in the future, which I believe they will bounce back heavy. So I'm going to give you guys here an update. Before that, I just want to remind you guys my link bio, which I'll put in my description as well as in the pinned comment. You guys will have my links where you can get discounts plus the, the Black Friday discount, Cyber Monday discount, which is still going on top of mine, right? You can get Trezor, Keystone, One Key, Ledger. I have all these wallets and I recommend them. If you're holding Toshi and Turbo on an exchange, that is a big vulnerability, right? You can, depending on that exchange, it's not really yours, right? So I personally hold Toshi and Turbo cold storage. So having self-custody is important, not just for the self-custody aspect, but the fact that you can send that to any exchange, right? When the bull market euphoria is here, there's gonna be many exchanges that are kind of out and under maintenance, so you have that freedom to send it to whichever exchange. So I really like Trezor, Keystone, One Key, all of these right here. You guys will get a discount, so check it out right there. But let's take a look here at Toshi. Now we did come down to my target. If you guys have been watching my videos here from about a week ago, I talked about Toshi coming down to the 618, which we hit, right? We can see why, we wick down here, boom, and we're bouncing off a little bit, right? Doesn't mean we won't go back in here deeper into the 618 golden pocket level, but we did hit it to the T here, to the wick, starting out here on the monthly. So, Toshi, it's still, when you look at the big picture, it's still holding up extremely well here compared to a lot of meme coins, especially that went down way more than what Toshi did. So we can see that we hit that target. Now the question is, right, Bitcoin continues to go down, breaks 80K, then most likely we'll go down here, we'll test 00031. If we lose that, then we'll test the next Fibonacci target at 00021. So I mean, the best way I like to go about this is I don't go all in at a certain price point, right? We hit our target, I bought some, right? I bought a good amount right there. If we lose that, we hit the next target, I'll buy some more, right? And then we lose that, we test the 0.78, which was the big bounce here, that V-shaped bounce here back in April, right? We test that, then I'll buy some more, right? But it's not guaranteed. This target's not guaranteed. I would only say we come down this much if Bitcoin goes into the 60s, which is a possibility, but even that too is not guaranteed, right? So you don't want to be greedy on the way down. Same thing on the way up. You don't want to be greedy. You want to sell as we're, going into all-time highs, possibly into 2026. But what I like about here on the weekly is that bullish divergence. If we're able, even if we come down here a little bit lower here for Toshi to 00031, and we're able to maintain this bottom here, right? Create a bottom here, we're creating some bullish divergence here where we're in the same territory. I mean, we already are in the same territory as we work back here at this price back in March and April of 2025. So this is called bullish divergence, where we're putting in a higher low, but we're putting in an equal low or even a lower low here in stochastic in the same oversold territory. So I'm really liking that for Toshi. Looking here on the weekly, right? And we can see right here how we're testing that target right here on the daily as well. We're coming down here to try to test that target again. Again, we lose that, right? We don't double bottom here. Possibly we'll come down here to 00031. So we can definitely come to some lower targets here, but I believe Toshi will find a bottom here along with Bitcoin and the rest of the market. I definitely don't think Toshi is going to, the worst, I don't think it's going to go lower than 00021. Right? I think that's the worst, the lowest it'll go if we do have a Bitcoin to 60s around that target. But even if it goes there, I believe the bottom will be there. But I'm buying on the way down, right? DCA on the way down. But I'm bullish on Toshi for 2026. I think this coin can definitely make some life-changing money. Okay. Now let's take a look here at Turbo. A lot of you guys like Turbo as well. And Turbo is holding up quite well too, right? We are coming down here. We're actually testing that previous bottom here back in April, right? And you can see we lose that, then we were going to have a big dump here to that 0.5, which was where that wick came down to, right? When we had the liquidation dump, the leverage trading where we wicked down, that was exactly that, where the wick went down to that 0.5 level, which brings us to 00094 Toshi, Turbo. So yeah, If we get that, you know, if you lose this level, which so far we haven't lost it, right? So far we're kind of double bottomed here. Boom, we had a big bounce here on Turbo. Now we're coming back down, so it's not guaranteed yet. We can come back down here, put in a higher low right there, and then continue on this you know, this nice move to the upside and possibly test the 25-21 here on the weekly eventually, right? So this doesn't mean that we're gonna break here. Okay, it's not guaranteed, but if you do break down here, our next target, like I said, is 00092. But I did buy some when we were down here. I did buy some. I'm happy with this pump. But again, we can come down here, test 0016, bounce off that, and then continue this new pivot, this momentum to the upside, and kind of like a double bottom, right? You can also see right here on the monthly, extremely oversold. I think when turbo really goes turbo is when we get that stochastic monthly crossover right here, which might take some time here. Once we get that crossover, we change momentum to the upside, then eventually we'll come back up here, right? But again, that level right here, it can definitely be hit if we lose that target, because that's where we topped out here back in April for that month only, and then we exploded. So when you look at the grand scheme of things, guys, turbo, all it's doing is it's coming down, filling in all these gaps from this, literally this 1 month God candle. So this 1 month God candle that we had, we're coming down, right, in this downtrend, filling in all these gaps, and this might be the next gap. It might be the next gap here where it fills. Again, if Bitcoin goes into the 60s, even the 70s, I would say, along with Toshi come down, this will probably come down here too. So there still is some downside, but it's not guaranteed. Like I said, you don't want to be greedy. I've been buying here, but it's there's still a risk that we can come down lower. And I believe if we do come down lower, I believe that would probably be the bottom, right? At worst, maybe the 618 golden pocket again we hit, which is 00049. But there's a big this is a big level where this could be the bottom for sure. All right. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Are you guys bullish? I'm still bullish. I really like both of these meme coins. They're the 2 meme coins I'm most excited about for this bull market. And again, I hold them self-custody. You can see right here also on the 3-day, we're getting resistance right there on the 21.25, right? And also, guys, if you guys want to check out my indicators, they'll be in the description. I make my own indicators for trading views. If you guys are interested, definitely check it out. On the daily, you can see how we're starting to change momentum here, right? How we were just riding down with that 21, right? Resistance, and then we broke it on the recent pump, and now we're flipping it as support. So the daily is a big deal here, because if we close here under that on the daily, that's your #1 sign that we're going down. But what I see here happening on the daily is like a nice inverted head and shoulders playing out, right? You can see something like that, and it's a nice bottoming pattern here on the daily. So I am liking both Turbo and Toshi, especially long term, right? There are some risk for some downside, but you know, I believe there's more upside than downside in the long term. So I'm bullish for 2026. Let me know what you guys think below. Again, check out the wallets. It's important to have self-custody, guys. You can also check out my TradingView discount on there. You get a big TradingView discount if you guys want to buy TradingView. And also check out my indicators as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.